So, I've been recommended Transformers 1 to watch. Multiple people have recommended this to me, saying that it was a good movie and that the marketing for it really did it a dirty job. I am going to have a slightly controversial take on this, as I have, at the time of this recording, I have just finished live streaming my reaction to the Transformers 1 movie, which you can find on my Twitter. Links in the description and whatnot. And this is just me doing my rough impressions and, review to it. But, Transformers 1 was very frustrating to me. Why do I say that? The marketing had a lot of bit of the comedy, and that was a lot of what people were thinking. But for me, that I don't think the marketing was that off the mark. There was a lot of comedy bits in it to it. The first 30-ish minutes had a lot of comedy that would kind of pop in and out here and there. And the jokes didn't really land for me. It was just kind of not really feeling it, whatever. Then it got to once you're starting to introduce Bumblebee, it got really bad because the whole gimmick of him not shutting the fuck up got pretty bad. You have moments where there was actual serious tense moments, that was really good, where there's a scene with Optimus and the others hiding from Quintessons, and it's this very tense scene. It's made to be okay, do not get spotted by them, otherwise you will die. It's very well done. I like that sequence. Then we have a bit where the group starts to learn the truth about Cybertron and the history, the real thing that's going on, and their reaction to it is very good. It's very serious. It's not very jokey. You feel the emotion, the tension, and you're starting to kind of see with Megatron and Prime. You're starting to see the characters that they are going to become, turning into them. It's that slow evolution. It's okay, we got something good. And then as soon as they start to try to do their first transformation, jokes. And then it's just total whiplash. It's not as, I don't know. It's hard to really explain it. It's not like MCU humor where they don't let you even have a moment to breathe. It's because there are moments where it breathes, but it's very strange. Where it's one scene, it's kind of intense, kind of serious. It's oh damn, that's fucking crazy. And then the next scene, it's something comedic and jokey happens, and it's just what are we doing? And then we had Alita. I was not a fan of her. She was very, very much a bitch. She was constantly upping the other guys. She kept always saying how better she was at everything over Prime. And even when the moment she's giving him the pep talk, and she goes hey, I'm better than everything than you except for hope. And it was a very weird, backhanded type of pep talk. I was not feeling it. And the worst moment for Alita was after a moment when the group gets thrown off of a train, and Alita's okay, I'm going to join you on your quest to find the Matrix of Leadership, okay, but if we find nothing, I'm going to drag you back to Iacon, and you're going to tell your superiors all very nice things about me. And it was just so, I hated it. Then you had, literally, the scene after that was Bumblebee talking to Alita, introducing himself, and he's because he's got this thing where he wants people to call him Badassatron as a nickname, and he says it in a fucking Dr. Claw voice, Badassatron. And he says this shit 3 fucking times, not across the whole movie, in this one scene where he's talking to Alita, trying to impress her. It's Badassatron, badass droid, badass droid. It's like, shut up, B. It's like, shut the fuck up, B. It's like it's like, no wonder Michael Bay made you a mute in the other movies, because why would I want to listen to you willingly? He has like one good joke at the very end that actually made me laugh. Otherwise, it was just, please stop talking. Please stop talking. And, oh god, it's like it's frustrating because when they have like actual serious moments, like when Megatron's acting a lot more violent and starting to become more like who he's supposed to be, and you're kind of dealing with the friendship with Optimus and Megatron, and like how their brotherhood becomes split, and it's going pretty good, and then right at the end, like when it's like the big moment, and it's like, oh, you fumbled it. You fumbled it so hard. Like it was like a Game of Thrones season 8 moment, where you, like, all of that build up, all of that preparation, everything you put into this, gone in an instant. And even when because they do a lot of like little bits to explain certain parts of the Cybertronian lore, like, okay, how do you become, how do they get the name Autobots, how do they get the name Decepticons, and when they try to explain them, like, at the very end, the post-credit scene, Megatron is like, we will no longer be deceived, for we are Decepticons, and it's so stupid of an explanation of why do you call yourselves Decepticons, because it's like, that's literally deception is in your name. How does that work? You know? And at least for Optimus and the Autobots, it's like, okay, he says, like, freedom and autonomy is the right of all sentient beings. You know, it's like, okay, like, autonomy, Autobot, and like a little bit of the theme for Optimus and the other characters is that autonomy, the choice to make their own decisions and affect their own world, choices that was taken from them. And it's like, okay, very good, it works there. But for Megatron, it doesn't work there at all with the name. And it's like, it hurts because there's some good stuff. Like, the animation was pretty okay for me. I got pretty used to it. Some of the moments with Prime and Megatron was like really good up until the end. Some of the fights were pretty decent, but the writing was really bad. Some of the characters I could not stand, like Alita and Bumblebee. Like, please no. I liked Arachnid because she was pretty simple, femme fatale, badass, that could like take down so many motherfuckers, but gets mopped by Alita in like really like 20 seconds, and it's kind of annoying to me personally. But yeah, I was just frustrated with this movie because there are genuine good stuff in this, but it's bogged down by some bad writing decisions and some bad fucking jokes, dude. And I'm not going. I know a lot of people recommended this movie to me, and they swear by it that it's good. You know, I'm not going to take that away from you. If you thought it was a good movie, you thought it was a good movie. Okay? Good for you. For me, I was not digging it. I was very annoyed with this because of the potential that's just wasted. That, like, there's so much you could have done. You could have focused more on the relationship of Optimus and Megatron. You know, you could have went a little bit more serious, a serious route, focused on more of the class system that they were kind of dealing with Transformers that could transform and couldn't, and that divide that was going there. You could have done so much more. Even like a plot with the Quintessons that kind of gets forgotten about, like really at like the once the third act kicks in. And then it's like we forget about them until like the very end. It's like, oh yeah, that's still a thing that we're gonna have to deal with. And then it's like, oh, we have and then we make it the final battle between Optimus and Megatron, it just ends on a standstill because we have to kind of justify the origin. And Prime just gives Megatron the banishment. He's like, "You're banished," and it's like, what? Prime, he literally just shot you. He like killed so many people, and you do realize what he's capable of. You're not even gonna like lock him up. Like, I wouldn't just let him go. I'd like put him in prison, do something. But you just like, no, we're just gonna banish him. And like, I know that you're supposed to, you have to facilitate the, the the war going on. I understand that, but I feel like there's could have been far better methods to do instead of just banishing Megatron along with the guys who helped him. I don't know, but yeah. So that's just kind of it. I just wanted to get my thoughts out on this movie. If you like the movie, hey, more power to you. I'm not gonna take that away from you. If you got what you wanted out of it, cool. For me, this was not it, and yeah, I just not for me. Not my thing. Didn't work for me. A lot of wasted potential there, and yeah, it's a damn shame. Damn shame.